How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie is a timeless guide to human relations and effective communication. First published in 1936, the book remains one of the most influential self-help titles in history. It is not a manual for manipulation, but rather a handbook for empathy, active listening, and genuine interaction with others. Carnegie draws from stories of successful leaders, business people, and everyday individuals to illustrate how understanding human nature can transform relationships and open doors to success in both personal and professional life. The book begins with a fundamental principle: people want to feel important. Carnegie stresses that the deepest urge in human nature is the desire to be appreciated. Therefore, the first core idea is to give honest and sincere appreciation. People are more likely to respond positively when they feel valued. This is not about flattery, which is insincere and easily detected. Instead, it is about recognizing others' contributions with authenticity. The next major lesson is about avoiding criticism, condemnation, or complaints. Criticizing someone only puts them on the defensive, and it rarely leads to lasting change. Instead, Carnegie recommends understanding the other person's perspective. By putting oneself in their shoes and expressing empathy, one can disarm hostility and open the way for constructive dialogue. If one must correct someone, it is far more effective to do so indirectly, by first acknowledging the other person's strengths and then gently guiding them toward improvement. Carnegie emphasizes the power of names. A person's name is, to them, the sweetest sound in any language. Remembering and using it in conversation builds rapport and demonstrates respect. In the same spirit, Carnegie encouraged people to be genuinely interested in others. Ask questions, listen attentively, and talk in terms of the other person's interests. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to engage and cooperate. A significant portion of the book is devoted to becoming a better conversationalist. Carnegie argues that being a good listener is more important than being an eloquent speaker. People enjoy talking about themselves and their experiences. Encouraging them to do so makes them feel important and creates a positive impression. Furthermore, showing empathy by saying things like, "I would feel the same way if I were in your position," can bridge divides and foster mutual respect. Another core lesson is to avoid arguments at all costs. Carnegie insists that even when one wins an argument, one often loses the goodwill of the other person. Instead, he advocates for tact and diplomacy. Begin with agreement, highlight shared values, and build from common ground. When disagreement arises, it is more effective to admit one's own mistakes quickly and emphatically. This humility often disarms critics and builds credibility. Carnegie also introduces the idea of letting the other person feel that the idea is theirs. When people feel ownership over an idea or solution, they are more likely to be committed to it. Encouraging suggestions and collaboration rather than issuing directives builds trust and motivation. Leading people in this way requires patience, but it ultimately results in stronger partnerships and outcomes. When attempting to influence behavior, Carnegie suggests beginning with praise and honest appreciation. If feedback is necessary, it should be delivered like a sandwich, starting with praise, followed by constructive guidance, and ending with encouragement. This approach preserves the other person's dignity and motivates them to improve without feeling defeated. Carnegie's principles also extend to leadership. He outlines that effective leaders do not coerce or threaten, but instead inspire others to follow them willingly. They appeal to nobler motives and use encouragement rather than criticism to elevate performance. A true leader gives others a fine reputation to live up to, and in doing so, fosters self-respect and growth in those they lead. In summary, how to win friends and influence. People teaches that success in life often hinges more on people's skills than on technical knowledge. By practicing empathy, genuine interest, sincere appreciation, and respectful communication, anyone can build deeper relationships, resolve conflicts, and positively influence those around them. These principles, when applied consistently, can lead to lasting personal fulfillment and professional achievement. If you found this summary helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more insights from powerful books that can change your life.